health and a little wealth and a lot of love.
The listeners, like, what is the microbiome?
But yes, we will talk about the gut microbiome and get into the nitty gritty and kind of go with the basics. So your gut microbiome is basically an ecosystem of bacteria that live in your gut, so live throughout your intestines, basically, your GI tract, that are thought to be commensal organisms, which basically just means that they live in harmony with us. We help them and they help us. And that can either benefit you or it can really hurt you, and it really depends on if your microbiome is varied or if it's not varied. And so it's better for you to have lots of different types of bacteria. And unfortunately, in the US, we see the opposite. We see a decrease in variation of our microbiome, and we see a lot of bad bugs that help contribute to obesity and metabolic syndrome. And so that's really where a lot of the research right now is coming out to talk about how we balance our gut and how this might impact our ability to lose weight and prevent chronic disease.
So when you say bad bugs, that sounds like bad bugs, bad bugs. What you gonna do? What is that? What does that mean?
So you've got, I guess to kind of put it in simple terms, you've got the good bugs and the bad bugs. And so what the good bugs do, usually they help to create things, to create, signaling chemicals or molecules to kind of help to decrease inflammation or to help improve our health. But you've got these bad bugs that can do the opposite, where they create inflammatory responses. So they create inflammation in our gut. A lot of times they can contribute to what a lot of people have heard nowadays as a leaky gut. So basically you've got these little cells along the lining of your gut tract that are supposed to be really close together, and they're supposed to prevent things from coming from inside, your colon or your gut to your bloodstream. And those bad bacteria can cause some, separation or some leaks between those tight cells that are supposed to stay tight together. And they can just lead to all these downstream effects that promote inflammation and insulin resistance, a lot of chronic diseases now that we're seeing.
Yeah, you did tell me last time, or at least I know this, and I do listen. You said a lot of these issues or issues that are wrong with you actually come from the gut. Like leaky gut is like 90% or 95%, I think is the stat around how much impact that does have for you and your health.
Well,
is that true, or did I misunderstand that?
A lot of people, they think of the microbiome as, or your gut, your good bacteria, as impacting your digestion. So helping you get nutrients or helping you have normal bowel movements. Like if you're constipated or if you have loose stools all the time, if you have diarrhea, then maybe your gut, it's a gut microbiome problem. But we're learning more and more about the gut brain axis, about how, sometimes these good bugs or bad bugs can actually promote the creation of certain chemicals or neurotransmitters that can either promote or decrease anxiety and depression. They can really impact your immunity, your immune function. So I think we're seeing now that it's not just a local issue. I mean, it's really impacting all sorts of health problems.
Right. And I
With a little health and a little wealth and a lot of love, that's the life that we live, suits and scrubs.